A die was rolled a number of times. The outcome are shown in the table. If the probability of obtaining 2 is 0.15, the question asks is to find A, the value of M, B, the number of times the die was rolled, and the question number C, probability of obtaining an even number. And this is the table that gives the outcome when that die is rolled a number of times. These are the different outcomes. Outcome 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the different outcomes, and this means the number of times that outcome was displayed or was shown. So outcome 1, about 32 times we obtain it. Outcome 2, it is M number of times. Outcome 3, we have it 25 times, and so on. So let me attempt to answer this question. So what I'll do first is to get the total outcome, because in the question it says it was rolled a number of times. The total number of times it was rolled, that will be the total outcome, because in each roll there is an outcome. So the total outcome will now be nothing but the addition of all these columns: 32 plus M plus 25 plus 40 plus 28 plus 45. That will give us the total outcome. So the total outcome will be 32 plus M plus 25 plus 40 plus 28 and plus 45. This will give us the total outcome. So if we are continue simplifying this, addition of 32, 25, 40, 28 and 45, it will give answer 170, then plus M, because M is not known. So this is the total outcome, 170 plus M. The probability of getting 2, the outcome 2, is given as 0.15, and I have the outcome 2. It was shown, or it was obtained M number of times from the total outcome 170 plus M. So in attempt to get that probability P of 2, which we said probability is required outcome over total outcome. So the required outcome in this case is the number of times 2 was obtained, or 2 was displayed. The outcome 2 was displayed. It was displayed M number of times. That will be our required outcome, and the total possible outcome is total of this 170 plus M. So that probability will be nothing but M over 170 plus M. And the M is the required outcome, meaning how many times 2 was obtained, and the total possible outcome is the total number of rolls, which is 170 plus M. But this probability is given as 0.15. So substitute it. I have 0.15 equals to M over 170 plus M. We cross multiply to get M. So cross multiplying, we now have M times 1 here. I have M, then 0.15 times 170 plus M. I have 25.5 plus 0.15 M. This 25.5 is 0.15 times 170. It will give this, and 0.15 times M give answer 0.15 M. So I collect like terms. This 0.15 M will now be taken to the left hand side. It becomes minus, so I'm going to have M, that is 1 M minus 0.15 M. That will leave us with 0.85 M equals to 25.5. To get M, now I'll divide both sides by 0.85. So dividing both sides by 0.85 will leave me with M by the left, and by the right dividing 25.5 by 0.85 will give answer 30. So the value of M is now 30. So question number A has been answered, which means the outcome 2 was obtained 30 times. 30 times. So let me move to question number B. Question number B, it says we are to find the number of times the die was rolled. That is mean the die was rolled the total number of times 170 plus M, but M is now 30, so I'm going to substitute in this to get the total number of rolls. Total number of rolls will now be equals to 170 plus m, which we have here, total outcome. So but I now have m as 30, so I'm going to replace the 30 m by 30. So I'm going to have 170 plus 30, and that will give our answer 200. So the die was rolled 200 times. So question B has also been answered. Then I'll move to question number C. Question C, we are to find the probability of obtaining an even number. Even number from our die, remember, there will be 2, 4, 6. These are the only even numbers, 6, 4, and 2. So probability of obtaining an even number, that's our die is even. What it displays is even number. So I'm going to add as my required outcome how many times 2 was displayed, how many times 4 was displayed, how many times 6 was displayed, because these are the only even numbers. So total of their outcome will now be my required outcome. So probability of 2, 4, or 6 will be nothing but the required outcome, m plus 40 plus 45. So that will be 30 plus 40 plus 45. This is going to be my required outcome. The 30 is m, which I have as 30 here. So all over total possible outcome, which is 200. So addition of 30, 40, and 45 give answer 115 all over 200. So I'll check whether I can reduce it to a much simpler form. 115 divided by 200 can be reduced to simpler form to get 23 all over 40, because 5 can divide this, 5 can divide this. So with this I have answered the question. So let's see the mark distribution for this very question according to the Waec marking scheme. And the mark distribution is as follows. The first mark is the method mark for attempting to get the probability of 2 by writing m over total outcome, which is 170 plus m. So you have that method mark 1. The next method mark is for cross multiplying or clearing fraction. You are trying to solve for m, so you have this, you cross multiply here, so the next mark is here, method mark. The next is for solving. So when you have 0.85 m equals to 25.5, you have that method mark. And for getting m accurately as 30, you have the A1. Then the next mark is the bonus mark, where you have total outcome as 200. So you have substituted m by 30 and get that 200 as the total possible outcome. The next mark is where you are attempting to get the probability of even, that is probability of 2, 4, or 6. By substituting your required outcome over total possible outcome, you have that method mark. You have A1 mark, where you added this correctly to get 115. And for the final result, meaning the final probability of even as 23 over 40, you have this A1 mark. If you stop here as 115 over 200, you miss the final A1 mark. The final A1 mark is for writing exactly 23 all over 40. So in total, the question has 8 marks according to the official marking scheme for Waec.